I want to thank everyone for coming out today for this press conference. We wanted to make a little bit of an announcement of a project we're working on. My name is Charlie Bosselman, president of Bosselman Companies, and my sister Brandy and my mother Jan. We're all with the company here, Bosselman Incorporated, and we've been working on a project that we wanted to announce and let people know about. We have been looking for some time at our future expansion with our organization and where we're at. The current facility that we house our corporate offices out of is a little small for us. We use about 30,000 square feet, and it is about maxed out right now. And we have been entertaining the idea for some time about moving or building a larger facility for future expansion, and we've had a number of different options we looked at. One in particular was to build a facility out at our truck stop where we own all the ground out there. That's outside of the city limits, and we had plans to do something there. But when Bill Martin let us know about the change going on here with Skagway, we actually started looking in a little bit different direction. Ray O'Connor, who's a developer here in Grand Island, is on our board, and he brought the idea to us about looking at the Skagway building for our corporate office. And at first we didn't think that was probably going to work, and then we started toying with the idea a little bit, and it started to make a little more sense. With this new facility, we will move from 30,000 square feet to about 73,000 square feet, which would give us plenty of room for expansion. And we also work with the city quite a bit, and they had a vested interest in this facility and making sure it got developed into something. Since the ground was already blighted, it really made it appealing from the standpoint of us coming in, applying for some TIF financing to do the remodel and the improvements, and with the help of the city, that really helped us push us over the edge to take a look at this option here. So we're kind of in the preliminary stages now of design and drawings. We've submitted some applications to the city, and we're waiting for the processes to go through there. So we have signed a purchase agreement with the landowners out of Chicago, who we've been working with, and it's contingent upon a number of those factors falling into place. But ultimately, our plan is we wanted to stay in the Grand Island market. We're impressed with the workforce here. We're impressed with this part of town. There's a lot of growth on the north side of town, But the south side of town is where we have always kind of considered home, with the state fair being here, with Fauna Park being here. This is a really nice location, we think, for us, because it puts us close to everything that we work with right now. So we're happy with that. We've got a lot of different plans we're looking at for the facility. And it's a big project. It's going to take a lot of time, but we see a lot of opportunity here. We see a lot of opportunity with the South Locust Corridor and what it offers. And so we're just excited to be involved with all that. So we got some drawings, some preliminary sketch drawings that we'll show you here. And the facility that we've tentatively designed, the facade will actually be an exact replica of our original truck stop, Bosselman Eaton truck stop, built in 1948 out at on East Highway 30.
Right here.
So we got the old there, and then the new will all be the structure in front. We're coming in with some metal finishes, lighting. There'll be a water feature that surrounds the whole building and also enters inside the building. There'll be a lot of landscaping out here. And we've basically got three phases we're looking to do. Phase 1 would be the remodel and us moving into this facility as our corporate office. Phase 2 would be the outlot right out here where the gas station or the gas pumps were right now. We are now working with Choice and Hilton both about developing a hotel property out in front, probably a 100-seat or 100-room hotel on the upper scale, probably with a restaurant, lounge, and convention facilities in it, which we know is a need that Grand Island has talked about is having more hotel properties, near the state fairgrounds. So we think it'd be a natural. And then phase 3 would be the addition of some executive suites we'd build over here for some other business opportunities, business people that might want to come in. The idea is to develop a whole business campus here on this property. So you'd have us here, you'd have the hotel, you'd have probably attorneys, accountants renting out those facilities, and then the services that would support it. We've talked to a daycare center about possibly having daycare on site here, and we have Snap Fitness here right now, which would be a good addition. Some of the things that we're going to be doing with our facility is where the liquor store was at, we're actually going to be reopening that, and it's going to be kind of a high-end C-store slash liquor store slash bistro. And we're going to open that up. We'll have fresh, higher-end foods available inside, convenience items, high-end liquor and wines, and so that'll be open to the public. That'll be open to our facility here. And within the facility, we'll have our offices. We'll have a 100-seat convention or a 100-seat conference center that we'll use for our staff and our meetings, and will possibly be open to the public and be utilized by the hotel for larger groups. We'll put our warehouse within this facility. We do have a small warehouse that we operate and distribute to ourselves. Basically, we'll put all of our facilities under one roof. So basically, we'll move all of our retail operations to this site. All of our retail facilities and district managers, accounts payable, all that group will come into here. We'll have a lot of training going on. And then in the back, actually, where the restrooms are at, we're going to partition that off, and we're putting in a 10-room dorm, and out of that facility we'll house our percentage of our football team. So during the season, they'll actually be in a dorm in the back there, and during the off season, we'll probably utilize it to bring staff in for training and that sort of thing. So it's a big venture for us. I mean, it's a big time investment on our part. Probably all three phases will approach about a $20 million investment. So it's a big step for us. I think it's a big step for Grand Island. I think it would be a positive thing to really make the kind of improvements we're going to make here as the entryway going into the State Fair and going into Fauner Park, because the South Locust Corridor is where a lot of people that don't usually come to Grand Island come through, and we really think it's important to set the tone right when those people come through. So that's kind of our plans. Any other comments you guys got?
Questions?
You guys got any questions about anything?
How long, it's 3 phases, so how long, do you know how long it would take to complete the first phase, and then the second phase, and then the third phase?
That's kind of up in the air. The office part would be our focus. So if we can get everything in place and get the purchase agreement signed, we could start as early as probably September. And since it's primarily indoor work and with a little bit of exterior, I would think it would take about a year to finish this up as far as the office goes, maybe a little bit less. And then the rest of the phase 2 and phase 3 there's a lot of different factors we have to look at. What kind of brand we can get in here, and doing some studies as far as if a hotel that size can be supported.
So the hotel would be part of what phase?
Phase 2, yeah. So
that's kind of indeterminate.
It is, yeah. I mean, our focus would be to get this building done and make the improvements, and then once we get that finished up, take a look at phase 2 and then phase 3 if there's interest in that. So,
I guess the other question is, what about your existing property then on Stalling Farm?
my uncle who owns Bosselman Energy, he's going to continue to stay in the south part of that building, and then the remaining north end of the building will probably either put for sale or lease, possibly. Just we haven't really decided that yet.
And then basically you'll become kind of landlord for this property, and I think from what I understand, maybe that the existing tenants here to the south will stay for at least the time being.
Oh yes, yeah. We'll own the facility and become the landlords and look to keep those occupied as much as we can. So.
This is also appearing to be one of the more state-of-the-art facilities in terms of office space, possibly between Omaha and Denver. Is that kind of a goal for you to be one of those staple businesses, one of those staple office spaces in the area?
Yeah, I mean that was when we started this project. You know, we had talked about the fact that we need to think 20, 30 years down the road and where we're at, and you know our focus going forward was we got to think about where we might be and where expansion possibilities might exist for us, because you never know what you're going to be doing in that time frame. But when we decided to move, we said, you know, we really want to set this place off. We really want to make it the premier employment facility in Grand Island. So we spent a lot of time studying a lot of different office facilities out there in the market, and we came up with a pretty neat design where we're going to have a lot of open space. Basically, the whole space is open, very much a very modern kind of a feel to what we're going to do here. So,
Google Grand Island.
yeah, we keep saying we're going to be the Google of Grand Island, hopefully. So we really want to make those kind of improvements. And when people walk in, they say, you know, we understand what you're about now, and do you have any jobs open? So, because believe it or not, we do have lots of positions open all the time. We're always hiring. So we think this will be a good feature for us to really set the tone for our organization. Yes, I do. I mean, with the extra room, it'll allow us to expand. It'll allow us to grow into some different divisions, look at other opportunities. I think the hotel will do very well here, and you know, we just see a lot of potential expansion for us going forward, and we need to have the place to do it in. Well, you know, a motel is going to have in the range of I guess, yeah. We will not have a helipad on the roof either. So, but hotel's going to employ probably 20 people in that range. If we put a restaurant bar in there, it'll naturally be quite a few more. But yeah, I mean, it'll have a positive impact on employment in this town.
What kind of communication have you had with city officials in your planning process of this? How far along have those talks gone about what it means for the city and what else you can do?
We had a lot of talk because, you know, our initial thought was to move outside of the city limits, and that's when the city came to us and said, we really want you to stay inside the city limits. You know, we liked your tax revenue. So then we started looking at some different ideas on how we could get that done, you know, and initially this project wasn't too appealing for us, but being in a blighted area like this, it opens up a lot of opportunities for us to to work with the city and other organizations to get something like this executed.
Committed to Grand Island.
Yeah, like Brandy said, we're committed to being in Grand Island.
Increase in size, does that mean that you may possibly look at opening up the Bosselman?
A what?
Different proprieties, different things.
You know, we don't have a plan for that right now, but like we said, we don't know in 20 years from now what we might be doing. So
We love good opportunity.
yeah. So who knows what it'll be, but we want to have that ability to grow into that if we need to.
When you say high-end a lot, is that important when you're planning this?
Well, when I say high end, I what I mean is professional. You know, we're just not, you know, going to run down to the local store and, you know, slap up a few 2x4s and here we go. I mean, we're going to spend some time and effort to do this thing right.
Very high architect.
Yeah, we have an architect out of North Platte we're working with right now who's helping us design the whole thing, and you know we've kind of laid that out. We've done a preliminary drawing, but I'm sure there's going to be multiple drawings by the time we get it all worked out. A lot of the hard part is we didn't really have a whole lot. We didn't have plans for this building and stuff, and as they've started tearing it up, we're finding little things here and little things there that we're going to have to tweak the plans a little bit with. But overall,
We plan to open it up so that there's all windows along this side and around the corner. You know, move the loading dock to the back. Make it I don't know, prettier.
yeah. There'll be a water feature that'll run the whole front of this, landscaping all around in here, secure parking for our employees. So we've planned a lot of stuff. We've been thinking about this for a while.
I know you said in the release that these adjoining businesses here have nothing to fear in terms of their location. Is that
Correct.
a sentiment that's important to you?
Oh yeah. We'd love to have them stay there. That's great. You know, we look forward to having all those spots filled out there.
I have a question. I'm with Snap Fitness, and the building looks beautiful, but it looks like you guys are expanding all the way over there. Is it something that we're gonna have to be moving later on, since we just moved there in January?
No, our plans for the remodel stop right on the left side of that Nebraska bed store.
Okay.
We
So
need to come work out there.
Yeah, you do.
See?
Absolutely. I see it as a very positive for our business, so.
yeah.
The dormitories, where you got it for the daycare players, is that something that other owners are doing for the, they have the dormitories in their city?
You know, a lot of them are because you're behind payroll for the team. Number 2 expense is housing. So, you know, it's a natural for us to do this. You know, we won't house the entire team there, but, you know, we'll get close to half of them in there. And, you know, they'll be close. They can walk to the arena for practice. You know, they don't have to drive. So we think it'll be a good fit for us.
From what I understand, you also have a housing development that just work from the one architect that also helps out with your homeowners, is that correct?
No, we own some ground over there, but we have not advanced on any development with that yet. Well, there's no other questions. If you guys want to go see the mess in there, it's surprising how big that building is once they get all the stuff out of there. So, if you have any other questions, you can call us at our corporate office and answer anything you need.